Hi, I'm Patricia Sanford and I'm director here at the Maryland Archaeological Conservation Lab.
Hi everybody, I'm Alice Merkel. I'm a collections assistant here at the Maryland Archaeological Conservation Lab at JEFPAT, and today we're going to do a soil activity. Right now we're in the range, which is the area in the lab that we use for research, mostly with either mending or sorting or labeling artifacts. Alright, so let's go ahead and dig in.
So why do archaeologists care so much about soil? Well, through careful soil analysis, we can help determine when a site dates to. We can figure out what the environment was like when the site was occupied, and we can also learn a lot about how soil layers were formed.
So for this activity, you'll need some materials. First, we have some sand from our beach. We have some nice silt from our garden outside. And we also have some dirt that's a little bit more clumpy. It has a higher level of clay in it. So lots of different dirt types you can find in your yard. We have some nice baby jars that are nice and clear so we can see how the deposit is going to go. We have our dirt pre-mixed in a nice beaker there, some water, rulers for measuring how it's going to deposit, and then we also have our soil triangle, which you'll see the link for the PDF, and a marker to clearly indicate what kind of soil we're going to have today.
So here's how you do this activity. First, I've taken a Sharpie and marked a little spot that corresponds to how much soil we want to pour into the jar. And I have a soil sample that we have taken and mixed from all three of our bags. You don't necessarily need to mix your soil. And we are going to pour it into the jar up to the level marked. A bit more. Alright, perfect. Now, pour water in up towards the top of your jar. And then this part's very important. Make sure that you have a jar that has a very tight lid and that you screw it on very tightly. And then you agitate, shake it upside down, mix your soil and your water very, very thoroughly, maybe about 10 seconds or so. And then sit it down right on a flat level surface. And now you have to wait. But you'll see that the soil is mixed very thoroughly with the water, and over time that will clear, and we will be able to determine how much of our soil is sand, how much is comprised of silt, and how much clay is actually in this mixture of soil.
Now the best is to wait 24 hours. We've waited 20 minutes and everything's deposited pretty well. So we have our red dot for our soil just above about 2 inches. You can see we have this layer of sand, which is about an inch and a quarter. The rest is mostly silt. So if we're looking at this being 100% of our sample, the sand is about 60% of the sample. The silt above it, this brown layer up in the middle, is about 30% of the rest of the sample. And then you have that thin layer of clay, that really light stuff on the top, and that's going to be generous, 10% of our sample. So here we have our soil triangle. We have 3 types of soil. We have our percentage clay, silt, and sand. Now our largest sample was of the sand. So you're going to go ahead and start with 60. It's 60% of sand. And our silt was 30%. So we have our 60 line here, and our 30 line we're going to trace down. It's going to meet right here. And then notice we also have about 10% clay. So right here, and so At this joint, we know that we have a sandy loam is our type of soil that we created in our jar.
We hope you've enjoyed this soil activity. In the coming weeks, there'll be several more activities around soil and how archaeologists study soil. Please follow the link below to download the lesson plan and the soil triangle that you will need to do this activity at home. Thank you and have a good day.